Well, there is irony here in the sense that Mr. Snowden leaked information about how American authorities eavesdrop on their citizens and on citizens in other countries. And he fled first to China, which is a country that has taken eavesdropping to completely new levels with censorship of the internet that nobody else is capable of. And that is also busy targeting and suppressing opposition in its country. From China, he flees to Russia, which is also busy targeting opposition and quelling all discontent with the Putin regime. And that is in full swing now, trying to launch a program similar to the Chinese of monitoring and controlling the internet. So one might have thought that Mr. Snowden could have done more good revealing secrets about these new host countries than about America and what the Americans do, which we all knew anyway. Well, the Sledkom, the investigative committee, was originally set up a couple of years ago as a anti-corruption agency. People like to compare it to the American FBI. But especially during the last year, it has become increasingly obvious that it is used by the Kremlin to root out political opposition. It has become known as Mr. Putin's attack dog. And it operates according to the same principles as the old KGB, i.e. it monitors people, it eavesdrops, it reads mail, it probably breaks into email, and it likes to intimidate people. It calls people in for interviews, to have charges read to them on corruption or other things. And it, in general, operates according to the principle known in Moscow now as the culture of impunity, i.e. there are no checks and balances. It can do pretty much whatever it likes. And if you are targeted by the Sledkom, then you know you are in trouble. Because in Russia, if you are arrested, you will be convicted. Even in normal criminal cases, the acquittal rate is just a couple of percent. And in political cases, the likelihood you will be sentenced is 100%. So if you are targeted by the Sledkom, you know you're in big trouble. And this is what the Kremlin uses now as an instrument to intimidate opposition to the Putin regime, and it's very effective. Well, this is the logic of systems that start using secret or secretive agencies to target opposition. That once they start doing these things, the question is who is on what side, and you never really know if the guy in the next room to you is going to start attacking you, and you spread systemic distrust in the corridors of power, and nobody really knows who will be next. And that obviously must include Mr. Putin himself. I mean, he unleashes now forces, and we saw in the 1930s how they start eating each other. He has unleashed forces now that in the end actually may consume him too. And I mean, there are jokes saying that Mr. Bastrykin, who is the head of the Sledkom, the investigative committee, would be the person that starts investigating Mr. Putin if and when he is taken down. And this is not a prediction, it is just an analysis of what repressive systems like this are likely to generate. So Mr. Putin is rearing something that may come back and bite him.